And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Oxygen Not Included. Alright, well, the base is going along great. The fertilizer makers are doing their thing, filling up our natural gas generator. Oh, it's so glorious that this thing is working now. It's actually working really well. If we look at our gas, we're actually backed way up on the amount of gas that we're sending into this thing. So I don't know what the dealio is about that, but I mean, it shouldn't be. We're talking like 20 gram difference, 20 grams per second difference, and this thing is just churning away. So I mean, it's full. This little bar here is not, doesn't look like it's working, which is unfortunate. And polluted water is actually going up. Shockingly enough, it's going up. And this little area in here obviously is kind of being derpy. A little on the derpy side. But I could mine this ice out, and they would bring it over to here, and it would remelt it down again. But I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet, because it should be close to melting. The other thing I took a look at, and our heat is really building up down here. So we need a lot more wheezeworts. So it's time to kind of go on an adventure here and try to find some more of those things. There's one up here, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue our quest to find these things. And so yeah, let's build all the way up to here, and then we'll be able to maybe dig our way over to here and then get this one out. We got to be careful with the polluted water, though. The polluted ice, because that just starts getting everywhere when you start introducing warm bodies in their snazzy suits. So if we look at decor, you can see, you know, it adds up as they roam around. The decor is pretty good. Of course, in here, what is a big one? Boozwards. Oh yeah, heavy watt wire. I forgot about that. I could put a block over the top of this and block that heavy watt wire influence, just like I did down here in polluted water. Kind of blocks the influence of that thing. And there's really no reason for me to go in here except to maybe dig out some ice. But I think we're warm enough. I think we're gonna... See, this should already be melted. It's 36 degrees. It's 36 degrees and its melting point is 30 degrees. So I don't know what the holdup is here, but those should be melted. I don't know if there's a problem or a bug with the system, but it should be working fine. As we get further and further up here, it looks like this kind of comes to a peak. So this is the last wheezewort. It's like the last Mimsy, only it's a wheezewort. And let's turn on medium speed here, and maybe get some more ice. I got flooding. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. That was concerning me for a second. I've got this one capped off, so this will melt as soon as it hits something about -5. It'll start melting. So we gotta keep an eye on that. Ooh, we don't want to do that one. There's snow above that, and that would cause some problems. But we're gonna poke up here and get access to a whole bunch more sleet wheat. So I think anything beyond here is really not going to be worth. We have a little weird. We have a little slime biome poking out into our regular biome. That's something I've never seen before. So this abyssalite barrier wasn't controlling where that goes. Hey, look at that. We just uncovered a whole bunch of stuff over here. Ooh, it looks like this does go higher. I wonder if there's any more... I wonder if there's any more weezeworts up there. I think I'll just take this and just keep on going with it. I want to get up here to mine that whatever that hidden object is. I want to get that. Okay, so there's the sleet wheat that we picked up. Skill increase. All right, Ace Winter's athletics upgrade. And it's a nighttime, so let's bust our way right through it. How many frost buns do we have? 110. So we've got 11 people, so that is... divide that by 2. That is what, 50 something? I think we're good on dupes right now. We have quite a lot of them. Quite an amazing amount of them, actually. Gas pipe. So yeah, this hydrogen generator is just constantly running now. We've got enough hydrogen generation where that's running constantly. So that's 800 watts right there. And we have this thing running constantly, and that's another 800 watts. That's 1600 watts just basically free power. Granted, we're using quite a lot of that power for the generation of that, but I think this hydrogen generator is paying for itself, even with all of this stuff down here. You know, because it's not going constantly. I think it evens out to be good. Now, is there anything to mop up here? Because I really don't want to deal with a bunch of polluted water. All right, somebody dig this out, please. Oh, that was sleet wheat grain, not a weezewort. So let's uproot this weezewort. And slowly working our way towards this top area here, I'm hoping. So we need to plant that weezewort someplace really, really important. We are... Don't worry about the heat up here. It's the heat down here, because all of this heat will rise into the base. And we'll eventually have a thermal problem. So right in here, it looks like this is a good spot to plant. So like these next two, I want to plant one, and then one here to help cool all of this stuff down. Ooh, we also need to turn this on. We got a little bit of CO2 and chlorine issue going on here. So that is now voiding. It's going to void all of that yucky air, and it does so pretty quickly. So I'm pretty happy with that. As we get up here, ooh, look at that. As we get up here, we're slowly uncovering more and more. Look at the sleet wheat up here. 173, 123. These have been growing the whole game, like growing and then dropping, and then growing and then dropping and growing. It does it over and over and over again, and it's beautiful. So as you explore into these caves, it's a good sort of backup food source. What are you doing over here, Tris Titan? That was bizarre. Yeah, low air pressure, that's an issue. So this thing should have been planted by now. It was. And we should be starting to see a little cooling over here. Just a little bit. Hoping to keep this... I mean, yeah, the map is pretty cold. I mean, this is an uncomfortable uncomfortable amount of cold, but it's better than having it look like uncomfortable amount of heat, like 90 degrees. That would be very bad for us to have it that hot. Part of the reason it's staying cold is I'm not really busting a lot into these hot biomes, so we've got quite a lot of buffer between the super hot areas and the cold areas, and that is helping stem the tide of the heat. Looks like this is just about empty. Just about filled this up. So nice. I still kind of want to do a tank around this, but with all this polluted water around, I don't know if it's going to be worth it in the long run. I wish they would there we go. As they continue to dig up, hopefully... Oh yeah, we got another Wheezewort seed here. We got another Wheezewort there. So we got a couple more to use. It just takes them a while to really move, move enough material. So we're gonna try to dig out a little channel here for some air movement. I want to get those two as well. We're still on super speed, so let's slow her down a little bit. Because we need, a little bit more space, a little more tiles to go up and move the air around. So this air down here, we're really not very high air pressure at all. Yeah, we're gonna need more air pressure up here. Because we need 750, and there is not 750 up here. So I think let's try to use a couple of these things as a temporary measure. We have a little power up here, so I think we're gonna use it. These will generate some heat. Let's see just how much heat they generate. 7.5 watts of heat. This is getting pretty full. That's good news. Oh, Ace. You just had to fall asleep on the job, didn't you? I need to get this picked up. And while everybody is sleeping, this is a good time. Depending on how you have your bed set up, if you pause it and you go through everybody and you look, you can see who might be low on health. So I think everybody... Oh, Lenistolin needs a little bit of rejuvenation. So does LA Guy. Okay, so this little rejuvenator that I've got here, I've been using it. Really, another duplicant? Holy cow. I might have to just disable this so we stop adding so many people. So Lenny and LA Guy need a little pick-me-up. So Lenny, he shouldn't take too long. There we go. 899. The interesting thing was, while they're in these rejuvenators, well, he was empty. Okay, now it's time for LA Guy. He was a little hurt. There he is. Yeah, he was pretty injured. Really? How many people are gonna fall asleep over here? Nobody finishes their shower because they all just pass out and fall asleep while they're taking a shower. That's just great. There we go. I think everybody is good. Yeah, if you leave them alone and they get injured, the light wounds debuff, it actually gives you a -3 athletics hit. So it is a pretty significant ding on your athletics. So we got to be careful with the temperature here. These two things pushing out oxygen, but it's good. We need to get that oxygen. We need to get it back up. Good yield. I wish we could get some excellent. I'm looking forward to the update that gets rid of this system. I don't really like this system, but it's also going to introduce the fact that you're going to want, you know, the plants themselves are going to require light levels and a specific kind of gas. So your farms are going to have to be a little bit more controlled. Those Louiseworts are going to help keep that area cool, and we're just continuing to build up here. And so with that in mind, I think we're going to want all of these cleared, all of those cleared. I'm just going to keep clearing both sides here all the way up as we dig. That'll keep people busy. The suits do have a little bit of thermal insulation on them. So it does help. Okay, so we even have some emergency sleet wheat over here if we need it. It's ready for harvest. So this gas now is finally getting pushed down. How is our CO2 down here? CO2 is doing good. Why did this stop? Is it because there's like a vacuum? Yeah. It's pumping out a vacuum back here. Which is weird because all of this should be flowing towards the system. Should be pushing that, pulling that air down instead of pulled it down straight down instead of getting this bumped over. Yeah, all this ice in here is gonna start melting soon too. Okay, let's go look to see how far we've made it. Oh, so close. So now let's get some. We're gonna need some more ladders. That hopefully maybe that's another Weezewort seed in there. That would be very handy. Look at all the snow that has fallen. We got a pretty good abundance of coal. Look at that, 8,700 kilograms. Holy cow, there's a lot of coal down here. And we got a ton of stuff just sitting at the bottom, and that's what I hate. You know, it's one of the things I hate is they chilly surroundings. Really? Really? I might have to redo that water because that water cooled off. That water was like 99 degrees, and it's cooled way off. to the point of stifling our reed fibers. Okay, we are continuing. Oh, look at all that snow just dropped. And there's a bunch more snow in here. Yeah, snow is kind of tedious, sort of like the sand in Fortress Craft is like, oh, you come across that, gets a little annoying. All right, so we're digging up to these Weezeworts. Looks like it just continues. Looks like this looks like it just continues up, which is awesome. Maybe there's some more Weezeworts to be had up in here. Wouldn't that be nice? They're also changing it so the people that the jobs that are set are more location based. So if somebody's way up here and they do a job, they're much more likely to do another job in the same area. So like that guy just left. Well, I mean, there's got to be something he could do. There's sweeping jobs, a bunch of stuff he can do. Look at this. This is almost done, and this ice is actually gonna warm up quite fast over here because of how hot it is. You can see it's already warming up. As they add more ice, though, it'll cool itself back down. We're almost done pumping. Almost to the very top. Look at that. It was almost exactly... Oh, that's so good. I love when stuff works like that. Alright, so these... I want to make sure... Now that these are up to pressure... So these are back to ideal air pressure. Which is good. Good yield. I need to disable building now. I want to disable these because these are generating heat. Not only themselves, but also the oxygen they're putting out. They're generating heat. So I want to make sure these Weezeworts have ample opportunity to cool it back off down here. We need to keep all that stuff pressurized. Looks like we're going pretty good here. Looks like we've buried some stuff. This is almost ready to go. One day that'll be done, and just a standard yield, which is 25. Not very good yield, but working our way up here. I'm not... Oh, there's a Weezewort seed. Oh, excellent. We need all the Weezeworts we can find, and they're quite a ways away from our base. And the cooling power of this has really helped this area. So I want a couple more of these, and then I want to put one over here. And I think I might even extend. Oh, I think we're doing pretty good. Actually, this one has stopped because this is overrun. I might need another hydrogen generator in here, which I could do back in here somewhere. So we'll look at that at another episode. So all right, so that'll do it for this one, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.